Get ready to match the stars. Jimmie Walker, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Dolly Martin, the mind readers Dick Martin, and Betty White, as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game. And now, here's the star of Match Game, Gene Rayburn.
Hello there. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. All ready?
Yes.
All right. Here we have Gary Unpronounceable. Say it, Gary.
Carapedian.
Carapedian and Tracy Sims. Easy. Applause, applause, applause. Welcome, both of you. Again. Now, let's refresh our memories about both of you. Tracy, tell us about yourself.
I'm from Georgia.
Well, hold on just a second. While you're on stage here, you don't have to wear this sign.
Oh.
Let's just take that off. That's the pass to get into this to the building here. Now we're in. We know you're legal and all that. Let's just put it down here. Tracy Sims, FBI number. No. Yes, you're from Georgia, right?
Right. My husband and I have opened up a business of our own, a nursery and landscape business. And in my spare time, I'm a pilot, private pilot working on commercial.
Okay. And you're really going to go for the commercial, eh?
Really?
Got to do your ground school work, right? And Gary is an Armenian rug salesman.
My carpet's parked outside.
Betty White, what are you doing?
Oh,
No,
I didn't
you
realize.
Oh, you rascal. Now, Gary, tell us about you again, briefly.
I'm from L.A. I'm a graphic artist, and I'm single.
Yeah.
And my family's out there in the audience.
Good. They're rooting for you?
Yep.
All right. Good luck to both of you. Where are we? In the middle of round 2 in game 1, right? All right. That means, Gary, that's your question.
Right.
Oh, round 2, right. Tracy, you want A or B?
How about A?
Okay, Tracy. You got it. Dumb Donald is so dumb. Once he hired a barber to cut his blank.
You so dumb what?
Yeah.
Tracy, Dumb Donald is so dumb. Once he hired a barber to cut his blank.
Nails.
Nails. All right, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a possibility. Someone over here might say that. Jimmy?
I said, being totally moronic, because he is dumb, I said, cut the hair in his nose!
Hair in his nose.
That's tough.
Saddest,
That's
most
tough.
pathetic answer award from Charles Nelson Riley. Let's see it. You don't
Not
buy
true.
it?
It's a wonderful answer. It's a charming answer. It's
Let
it's
them
very
judge.
erudite.
Let them do.
He would not have anything to do with hair because he was too dumb, right? What do barbers have in front of their shops? To cut his pole.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't care. I
Charles?
don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Quite obvious she doesn't care.
I don't think she cares.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, let's see your brilliant answer, Mr. Railroad Jacket.
Now, because you're so snotty, the train's not going to leave for 20 more minutes. Lawn.
Lawn is good. Dumb Donald's so dumb he once hired a barber to cut his nails.
His toupee.
His toupee.
But darling, he would do right.
What do you got?
Bald head.
His bald head. That is really dumb.
I get to like pole better and better.
His gross.
His gross. That means Gary wins the game. All right, congratulations to you. Tracy, don't go too far away. We'll just swing you around the other side there. And you come back later for game number 2, all right? All right. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
There it is. There's the big wheel. Here's the big super match board. Good luck to you. You could win over $10,000 here. We polled the studio audience and said, write down your best answer to this. Miami blank. $500 for you for matching the first most popular answer. $250 for matching the second most popular answer, and $100 for matching the third answer they wrote down. 3 of the 6 stars will help you here. After you get the first answer, it's going to be tough. So those who are averting your gaze at that point, don't
mind,
call
Big
on
Gary.
them.
I have all 3 answers. So
Who
I'm
wants
cool.
to be first? Dolly.
I'll be first.
Miami Beach.
Brett.
Miami, Florida.
All right. Now it's going to get
What
tough.
do you want for number 2?
Well, Dick's looking at me.
Yes, Dick's
Miami or bust? Didn't any?
Come on, Dick. Now listen, when I was on your show, I
very
didn't
wise
goof
man.
around like that. I gave serious answers.
Tom Fidelion. It said Miami or bust, and he said if you drink the water, you will remain young forever. He didn't say that if you had a little scotch, it would help. Miami or bust.
Okay, that's it. Miami or bust, Miami, Florida, and Miami Beach. You want one of those?
Yeah, I think I'll take beach.
The beach.
You're right, Gary. You're right.
Is Miami Beach under the $100 number? No, the football team is there. Is it under the $250 number? No, it isn't. Is it under the big one?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Okay. That means the least you'll play for is $5,000. However, you spin the star wheel, get a lucky spin, it stops at a star, you double it, play for $10,000. Good luck there.
Come on, Gary. Let's make it a double.
Good luck to you. One complete revolution. Here we go.
Go, baby.
All right, let's see if he gets a double. Okay. You're playing with Jimmie Walker.
Hey.
Face me if you please. Here we go.
I'm
He'll
ready.
write and you'll give a verbal response to this. Nicely blank. Nicely blank. All right, give us the answer that he has on the card. We give you $5,000.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. They like that one. Let's see if Jimmy liked that one. Hello, Jimmy.
No, I was thinking of that, and I decided to write it down.
Where's your family? Where's your family? Right there? That whole bunch there? Oh, my goodness. Everybody's there. You got $5,500, and we've got this message for you. What a boy. All right. Are you in sharp focus? No? You're doing the best you can. Good. Thank you. Now, you ready for game number 2?
Ready.
Here we go. Tracy, A or B?
B.
B it is. Ralph said, I just went to the world's worst restaurant. The food was so old, it must have been cooked by blank. World's worst restaurant.
You.
Ralph said, I just went to the world's worst restaurant. The food was so old, it must have been cooked by
Moses.
Moses. All right. Moses. She said Moses. That would be old food.
Ah, Moses, huh? I concur, Moses.
Moses. Okay, Jake, you got one.
I said by Noah for his trip on the ark.
Oh, another interesting answer. Okay, we look at Moses.
The caterers of the Last Supper. You gotta leave 1 week, though. You know, you gotta call.
That's right.
We did Doris Day's last party, didn't they?
That's right, exactly. And they give you a choice of several entrees. It's an interesting.
Big on fish.
The food was so old it must have been cooked by
Methuselah.
Methuselah. Methuselah lived 900 years. Yeah.
You don't know old. It was cooked by George Burns.
George Burns. Oh, yeah.
I thought old was the operative word, so I tried to think of the oldest thing I could. Brett's first husband, Methuselah.
Methuselah. He lived 900 years. All right, Gary, got one for you right here. Jim said, I think autumn must be approaching. My blank just turned brown and fell off. Now we're ready for Gary. Jim said, I think autumn must be approaching. My blank just turned brown and fell off.
Am I behind?
All right?
You what?
He says, my behind. What do you say, Jimmy?
Behind? This question was a very difficult question, and I don't think it should have been asked because I had no answer, and I really didn't know anything. And due to the fact that I've had so many great answers, the crowd will allow me one bad answer. I want your crowd? Thank you. I said car door. Okay, now.
The reason he couldn't think of an answer is because he's brown all over. That's all that is. All right, what have you got?
Oh, I don't know. Nose.
Nose is good. Anything like that would be all
Why
right.
you show a little interest?
You aren't going to get paid, you know.
You sure?
Yes.
Nose.
Okay. So you got to say it forcefully, as if
Yeah.
you're...
Nose,
You're
nose,
happy to
the
pretend.
nose,
Too
nose.
late
The
now.
spring
Cut.
is here, can fall, be far behind.
My blank just turned brown and fell off.
I don't know why I said this, but I did. Leaf.
Leaf.
Ah, fig leaf.
A fig leaf. Yeah.
Oh, his shorts.
He's short. Leaf. His leaf just all right.
Why did
So
you
it's
say
1-0 at the end of round one in Tracy's favor. Since you're ahead, Tracy, we'll ask you to go first again.
B again, please.
All right. Everyone except Jimmy. Jan said, I think my doctor used to be a cowboy.
Uh-oh.
I think my I think my doctor used to be a cowboy. You don't want me to go any further?
That's about it.
That's it? Okay, write something. No, here's the way it goes. Instead of piercing my ears with a needle, he pierced my ears with a blank. What?
What do you do?
Here we go. Tracy. Jan said, I think my doctor used to be a cowboy. Instead of piercing my ears with a needle, he pierced my ears with a
Branding iron.
branding iron. Now, there's something that cowboys have as part of their accoutrements that's a little sharper than a branding iron. It would be difficult. What did you say, Brett?
You know what I said? I'll tell you what I said.
Isn't she sweet?
I said the answer of Tracy's choice, branding iron.
Okay, that's good.
It's so sad. You just have to laugh. I said spur.
Spur. I thought everyone was going to say spur
Zero.
here because spurs have little sharp edges on them and you could pierce an ear conceivably with a spur.
But I said a branding iron.
Oh, well, that's better for her.
I said spurs.
Oh, you said spurs.
Jingle, jingle,
I got
jingle.
spurs.
Did you hear that Brett was
Jangle.
replacing Ann Miller in Sugar Babies? Spur.
Yes. Spurs. So you're up to
I like
3.
branding iron.
That means he needs 3 to tie and 4 to win. And here we go.
Here we go.
Paula the Prude said,
Paul the Prude.
there's too much sex on television. My
And
set...
not enough at home.
Now we know.
Now we know, right.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist it. I'm
See,
sorry.
I don't
apologize.
mind if you jump in,
I'm
but if
sorry.
you jump in between sentences, it
I'm
helps
sorry.
me much more than when you jump in the middle of a
Sorry.
sentence
Dear,
like
I
that. It's all right.
apologize. I apologize.
Paula the Prude said, there's too much sex on television. My set jiggled so much I had to put a blank on it. Too much sex on television. My set jiggled so much I had to put a blank on it.
Too much sex and it jiggles.
Yes. Jiggles is the operative word.
Let me see.
Don't
I don't
take
understand.
my hand.
You got it.
Got it.
No, you don't have it.
Crazy.
I'm telling you in advance, you're going to get booed with that one.
You don't have it either. I don't know. You don't have it either. Ha ha! You don't have it either.
Here we go. Oh,
You
fine.
don't have it. I have
Everybody's ready. Here we
I
go.
have it.
Paula the Prude said there's too much sex on television. My said jiggled so much I had to put a blank on it.
A bra.
A bra. He got the idea instantly.
So did I.
Boy, that's
men are
the answer.
That's the
I
answer.
agree. That's it, Gary. Oh, I
You
have
have to
a
show us your rotten answer.
2 bad answers in a row. This is unlike the kid.
That's right.
That's right. I'm sorry. I said, and the crowd knows that I love them, and Gary, you know that I love you too, of course. Paperweight.
Paperweight.
Okay.
You got pretty teeth, though. and a nice smile.
There were two choices, and I got it. I didn't say bra, I said girdle. It's the same
Girdle.
thing.
I said jiggle so much I had to put a girdle on it. I had to put a bra
I
on it.
didn't say bra. Well, no, for 6 years I sat next to you and nothing's jiggled
Oh,
up.
I love this, and he told me he got it.
Blindfold. All right, now,
He
Gary,
said,
you
"I
must
got
match
it, I
the lower
got it."
tier to stay in the game and achieve a tie. Let's see if it happens. I said jiggle so much I had to put a bra on it.
Yes, bra.
Bra it is. There's one. There's two. There's two. 3-2 to score. One more is going to be tied.
And one in the back for dancing.
All right. Now, let's see what happens when we have a tie here.
I don't think so.
We do a commercial. That's what we do. Bing.
Game Show Network.
There we go. All right. We don't have time to play our regular tiebreaker, so we're going to play sudden death. One question for each. You'll write your responses, and I'll call for verbal responses there. And when you hear your answer, let me know, and the first one who matches will be the winner. Good luck to both of you. Here it is. Blank Island. Blank Island. Put it in the slot there, facing you. All right, now let me hear it from you when you hear your answer. Jimmy, how do you fill in that blank?
Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island. So Tracy Sims is the winner. Come on down, Tracy. Right on the blue dot. Now, Gary is leaving here. Oh, let's see what he's got here. He said Gilligan's Island. Gary is leaving here with $5,500 in our best wishes. Goodbye, Gary. Now, you're going to have to go with the big money here. You could win over $10,000. Let's see how it goes. We polled the studio audience and said, write down your best answer to this. Time for blank. 500 for the most popular, 250 for the second most popular, and 100 for the third. 3 of the 6 stars will help. Now, call on the ones who are facing you and who appear eager to answer.
Betty.
Time for Beanie.
Time for Beanie.
Just reminiscing.
Oh.
Time for what? What did that woman say?
Beanie.
Time for Beanie.
Time for Beanie.
Big
Yeah, of
show.
course.
One more. 2 more.
Doll.
Gosh. Time for love.
Time for love.
She's just reminiscing.
Time for fun.
Okay, so they're giving you time for fun, time for love, and time for Beanie. You can choose one of those or give us one of your own.
What did I say?
Think up one, Tracy.
Milk.
Trust me.
Time for milk?
You're right.
You let her into that, and if you're wrong, she's going to get you. Let's see what we got under the $100 number. Oh, you've got it. Right off the bat. Time for milk. What's under the 250? Time for bed?
Yes, of course.
Just
Oh,
reminiscing.
sure, time for
And,
bed.
and under the 500? Time for love.
Oh, my God.
Dolly said time for love, didn't she? Now, the least you can play for is $1,000, but step up here and spin the wheel, give it one full revolution, see if you can double it and play for $2,000. Good luck. Let's all root for a double. Here we go. Oh, you just missed it. Dolly, are you ready? All right, well, Dolly was very good for you. She gave you love, and you rejected it, didn't you? Yeah.
Story of my life.
She'll write hers. You give a verbal response when I call for it. Drug blank. D-R-U-G blank. Drug blank. Drug blank. All right, now give us the answer that Dolly has in the card, and we give you $1,000. What do you say to that? Drug.
Addict.
You say addict. Got a lot of ohs out there. They think you're wrong. Okay, Dolly, she says drug addict will match you for $1,000. What do you say?
I was thinking of drugstore, and I said, drug addict.
Got a total of $1,100. Congratulations to you. And now we've got this message for you. Keep blowing that smoke over there. Brett loves it. She really loves it.
I mean, I have
blow
not
up a hole,
smoked for
son.
3
Yeah.
years. 3 years I have
Smells
not
good.
smoked.
Keep it going there.
And
Start
you
a
just
fire.
can't wait to get out here and blow smoke in my face.
It was splendid having you, Miss Dolly.
so
I hope
much.
you'll come back again sometime, will you?
Fun.
Good.
Thank you, Eugene.
And you, too. You can bring him, too.
Oh, no. Do I
Wait,
have to?
No, you can come without him. Why don't you come by sometime without him?
Oh.
It might be more fun.
There you go.
Yes?
Who's Brett?
Brett. Brett who?
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, how do you do? I didn't know her name.
You didn't know?
She just died.
You remember
Once
the late
more.
Brett Summers there. I hope you join us next time for Match Game. I'm Gene Rayburn. Thank you. Goodbye.